everyone, I'm Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to do something fun and I'm going to tell you my top 10 Disney bucket list things. So I got my Disney bucket. It's actually a Mickey Mouse. I think this is from my son's egg hunt from 2 years ago. But anyway, it's kind of a bucket. So that's my Disney bucket. And we're going to talk about 10 things that I haven't done at Walt Disney World that I want to do on my bucket list. So first off, some of the things that are on here, first of all, anything that had to be on here are things that you can get as any person. Like, you don't have to be a VIP, you don't have to be a celebrity or special treatment or win a raffle. So one of the things that's not on here is being able to stay in the Cinderella Castle Suite. Obviously, that is something I would love to do, but you can't purchase that. No one can buy that. So at least I don't think you can. So that is not on the list. Now, some of these things are expensive and some of them are not, but they are all things that anybody can buy for the right price. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start with number 10, and number 10 is going to be very easy, and I think I'm gonna shock a lot of people, and that is visit a Disney water park. Yes, I have never been to Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. The only Disney water park I have been to is River Country, and we all know what happened to River Country. But that is the only water park that I have been to from Disney. So I've never been to Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. We were set to go to the Moonlight Magic at Typhoon Lagoon last July. Obviously it didn't happen, but our son is really into water rides. He's now 5.5, and probably gonna be visiting water parks in the near future. So we do hope once they open both of them up, and we haven't had a chance to visit one yet, but I think that is on our list. So that is my number 10 bucket list item, is to visit a Disney water park. Now, number 9 is to go horseback riding at Fort Wilderness. So I think a lot of people don't even know that this exists. Now, we have done the sleigh ride a couple times at Fort Wilderness during Christmas time. We haven't done the hay ride, but we've done the sleigh ride, and my son has done the pony rides at Fort Wilderness. But they also have a 45-minute trail ride through Fort Wilderness. I think it's at $55, and it runs through Fort Wilderness. There is a height requirement, so there are some requirements, but that is something I grew up, for those of you who don't know, I grew up riding horses. I grew up with Arabians. I actually showed horses for a period of time in my youth, and I used to do also hunter jumper. So I love horseback riding. My husband is actually terrified of horses, so we don't go, it's something that we don't do together. So it's probably something where I would need to be staying either at Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness and be able to venture off and do it on my own, because my husband is definitely not joining me, or I'll have to wait till my son is old enough to be able to do it as well. But my number 9 on my Disney bucket list is to go horseback riding at Fort Wilderness. Okay, the 8th item on my Disney bucket list is the Keys to the Kingdom tour. So if you don't know what Keys to the Kingdom tour, it is a 5-hour tour. It runs $99, and it says it's an in-depth 5-hour look at the most iconic theme park at Walt Disney World Resort. It says Magic Kingdom to the max, unlock the fascinating history of Magic Kingdom Park and gain backstage access to legendary hidden areas. So it's 5 hours, just uncover the hidden secrets of classic attractions at Magic Kingdom, access the famed underground utilidors tunnels, discover little known facts, trivia, and other exciting tidbits, and enjoy a delicious lunch. And you take home an exclusive keepsake. So it's not being offered. So a lot of these things aren't being offered right now because of, everything. But I do expect this to continue and to be added on eventually at some point. So Keys to the Kingdom, my husband is not a tour person. I took him we went to Rome and we did a Vatican tour, and I'm surprised he hasn't divorced me. So this is again another something that he's not going to do, and which is probably why a lot of these things I've done that I haven't done them is because it's things that I would have to do on my own. So maybe I'll book a solo trip and get to do all of these things at once. I don't know. But Keys to the Kingdom is definitely something on my list, and it's something that's specific to Magic Kingdom. So that is number 8. So continuing on with the tours, number 7 is Backstage Magic. Now, Backstage Magic is a little longer. It is 7 hours, and it is quite a bit more expensive. It is $275. Now, they do also have Backstage Magic in Disneyland as well, but there also is one at Walt Disney World. And here's what it says. It says, get a seldom seen glimpse of the wizardry and hard work going on backstage and see how we bring the magic to life. Millions are enchanted by the legendary magic of Walt Disney World Resort, but tour participants are among the select few who receive an up-close look into the artistry, technology, mechanical marvels, and backstage secrets that go into producing world-class entertainment. And then, so some of the highlights includes, so this one is not just specific to Magic Kingdom. Keys to the Kingdom is just Magic Kingdom. Backstage Magic covers other things. So the highlights include Epcot, explore the inner workings of the American adventure as we reveal the feats of engineering and artistry behind this inspiring animatronic stage show. Magic Kingdom Park, become immersed in the story that started with Walt himself, navigate through the Utilidor tunnels, and that's where obviously where cast members and delivery vehicles can move around undetected. Creative costuming, observe the talented professionals who designed costumes for character, show, and parade performers. Central shops, get up close with the artisans whose skill and craftsmanship make dreams come true all around the park, from the tiniest details to elaborate stage sets. Tiffin Restaurant, celebrate the bold spirit of discovery, enjoy an exclusive lunch just for Backstage Magic guests in a setting reminiscent of a famed Explorers Club. And then the last, well, I think the last is not going to happen anymore because it's a behind the scenes of Rivers of Light. So obviously, I'm assuming they'll change that to something because River of Light is not longer, no, is gone. So, but Backstage Magic is definitely something I want to do. In fact, it's something I would definitely want to do on both coasts. I would love to do it at Walt Disney World and as well as Disneyland. So that is my number 7, and I hope it comes back soon. Now, number 6 is another tour. So I think this is going to be the rest of the tours, but it is the Wild Africa Trek. Now, this is a tour my husband will do. And in fact, we are planning to do it when my son is old enough so we can do it as a family. Again, this is, all the tours right now are suspended, but we do expect them to come back soon. But this is a tour that we definitely want to do as a family. So I think it's going to be another 3 or 4 years. I think the minimum age is 8. So when my son is old enough, this is something definitely we'll do. What it says is, thrilled to close encounters with exotic African wildlife, embark on this midday privately guided VIP expedition or choose the morning version of this tour. It runs $139 to $249 per person. I guess maybe during the time of year, depends. But it's an exhilarating safari adventure. There's complimentary photo services. There's also a meal included. So it depends on the morning or the afternoon. Personally, in Florida, pick the morning. Morning's probably going to be more expensive, but pick the morning if you can. But yeah, participants must be 8 or older. So we have another roughly 2.5, 3 years before we can do it with our son. But that is definitely something on our list, and that is my number 6, the Wild Trek African tour. So number 5 is something that's relatively new, and it's actually something that started in the last few months, and it is the Agave experience at La Cava in the Mexican Pavilion at Epcot. So basically, it is a private tequila tasting, and it looks incredible. So I heard about it through touring plans. Obviously, I know I'm like touring plans unofficial spokesperson, but I heard about it through touring plans. I saw it when I was following their Insta story, and 4 of them did this tour. It was private tequila tasting, and it looked incredible. So this is something that my husband will absolutely participate in, but obviously my 5-year-old son will not. So this would probably be where we would have to get a babysitter and probably an Uber driver home or back to the resort, because a lot of tequila, definitely not driving. So, but it is like I said, it's a private, I will post a link below. I believe they have an article on touring plans on their blog about the experience and everything that's included, but it looks incredible. It does run $100, and it's not something that you're going to find on the Disney website. I think you find it because I think it's booked through the restaurant. So I think it's the Palma restaurants. The email that I saw was Cava at palmarestaurants.com. So that's how you book it. So again, it runs $100 per person, private experience, looks incredible. I'll post a link below, but yeah, that is definitely on my list. Number 5. So number 4 is something we've kind of done, but we haven't done. And that is to do the Harmonious private fireworks cruise. So we actually did the Happily Ever After private fireworks cruise back in, I want to say 2019. I think that's when we did it. But we did it from the Polynesian, and it was fantastic. Actually, maybe it was 2018. I don't remember. But anyway, we did the private fireworks tour. It was fantastic. And we, on Bay Lake, we were on a platoon boat, and they brought us out, got to watch Happily Ever After from the boat. And it was just incredible. Great experience. Now, the only thing for us, it was really, really cold that night. And my husband was getting sick. And pretty much after that night, he had full-blown pneumonia. So that was bad. So not the best experience that we had, but that doesn't take away from the actual experience. It's incredible. So what we would love to do, and what we were planning on doing, is that when Harmonious came about, we would do the fireworks cruise. Now, I understand as they leave for the Epcot fireworks, it would leave from the yacht club. And there's only 4 boats. So they're only, with the Happily Ever After, they leave from Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary, and I believe even Wilderness Lodge. So there's a lot of boats that go, and they all kind of line up outside of Magic Kingdom to watch the fireworks. But for the Harmonious, there's only 4 boats at a time. So it's very, very hard to book. You need to book at least 6 months in advance. Obviously, right now, no one knows what fireworks are coming back, so this is not available. But as soon as it comes back, we will probably book this. Hopefully for our December trip, if not before, but it's definitely on our bucket list because I think this would be a great way to see the brand new show at Epcot. And that is my number 4, the Harmonious private fireworks tour or cruise. Okay, so number 3 is something that's been on my list for a very long time, and it's probably something that a lot of people don't even know exists. And when I was showing my husband this list, he goes, "What is that?" And that is I'm gonna read it, Epcot Seas Adventure Dive Quest. So I am actually a certified scuba diver, and you can go on this, essentially a tour, but you can dive in the tank at the Living Seas. So I'll read it, let's see here. It says, "Are you a diver who's always wanted to join the fish at the Seas with Nemo and Friends Pavilion? Now you can. Take the plunge at Caribbean Coral Reef, our 5.7 million gallon saltwater aquarium at Epcot, and swim with over 6,000 sea creatures. Clear waters and the absence of currents afford you amazing views of sea turtles, angelfish, dolphins, eagle rays, and sharks." So you have to be a certified scuba diver. Now they do have other things. I think they even have stuff with the dolphins. So they have a couple things at Epcot, but obviously since I am a certified scuba diver, I would want to do this dive quest. This runs $179 per person. So my husband is not a certified scuba diver, so this is another thing I will be doing on whatever solo trip, whenever I book that. But definitely something I would love to do. Actually, I would probably want them to go because I would want them to see me, because I believe there's a spot where friends and family can watch you in the tank. So I think that would be really cool to see my husband and son outside the tank when I'm inside the tank. So, but this is something definitely on my list. I think it just sounds so cool. So that is my number 3. And again, I'm going to read it. Epcot Seas Adventure Dive Quest. Okay, so number 2 is Victoria and Albert's. Gotta eat there, right? I mean, it is a culinary experience. It is, I think, a rite of passage at Walt Disney World. I watched the video from Tim and Jen Tracker when they did it. It just looks amazing. It looks just like an enormously obscene amount of food, but I'd probably have to diet for a week before and after going, but it does look like an amazing experience. Now, I do have celiac disease. Not sure if I've mentioned that, but I do have celiac disease, so I have to watch with what I can eat with gluten. But Disney always takes care of me. Whenever we go out to eat, I've never had an issue at Disney, even at quick services. So I don't think it would be an issue at Victoria and Albert's, but definitely would love to eat at Victoria and Albert's and have that experience. So that is definitely something my husband even wants to do. So we're not big foodies. We are pretty happy with basic cuisine, but I think it's something that, if you're a Disney fan, you got to eat at Victoria and Albert's. Okay, so my last bucket list item for Disney is probably a dream to do a VIP tour. I don't know if it'll ever be in our budget to do a VIP tour, but it looks amazing. I think, you see them in the parks. If you see like a family with someone with a plaid vest, that's most likely a VIP tour. It just looks amazing. I think it would be incredible to just say, we want to go here, go to the back, get on the ride, and do whatever you wanted to do in a short period of time, and then also visit all 4 parks. So that's definitely something on our list. The only thing that would, even if I had the money, the only thing that would hold me back from doing a VIP tour is I think it would spoil me forever. Like, I would never want to wait in another line after doing a VIP tour. So I think that's the only downfall of it. But I think it's, I still think it would be really cool to be able to go on a VIP tour at Walt Disney World. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 Disney bucket list items that I could think of. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other things I haven't done. I haven't visited Club 33, definitely on a list. But I wanted to kind of things that were attainable and things that might other, people might can relate to. So let me know, what are your Disney bucket list items? Put them in the comments below, or if you have a YouTube channel or a podcast or anything like that, then use the hashtag Walt Disney World bucket list and let me know. And then if you create it, let me know. I'll definitely tweet it or share it on Instagram and post it in the community so we can share this. I think it's fun to see what are on other people's lists of things that they haven't done at Walt Disney World that they want to do. So with that, if you like this video, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.